Okay, so find yourself in a tall, supported feeling seat, whatever that looks like, doesn't really matter. If you're going to stay in a chair, just a reminder, like I don't highly recommend crossing at the ankles or the knees, but if you do, and it's just not going to work any other way, have a seat. Yeah, we just got started. Then that's fine. Push into whatever is touching down and reach up from your tail through the crown of your head. Roll your shoulders down and away from your ears, maybe. Especially if you're like my body and I type a lot, my hands and my shoulders just, they hold the tension, right? So see if you can like bring awareness to those parts of your body and just let them soften like 1% more. For me, that's tops of the shoulders and palms of the hands. It might be something different for your body. Elbows stay bent, hands are resting somewhere, maybe on your lap or on the arms of your chair. And then let your gaze go forward and slightly down. Notice where your chin is in space. See if we lovingly call this military neck when the chin is jutting forward and the shoulders are hunched. But see if you can kind of take the chin down and back in space like you're pressing your head into a wall behind you. And you might already start to feel like tension or stretching in the upper and middle part of your back. And that's okay. Lock your attention on something ahead of you that's not moving, and then consciously soften the muscles around your face and especially around the eyebrows and the jaw. Take a seat back in yourself. So see if you can settle into the curvature of the spine. Don't try to Superman it and force yourself to be super tall. See if you can let the spine hold the weight of your head and let the chair hold the weight of your body. And mentally separate yourself from what you were doing so you can come fully now into what you are doing. Good. And start to ground and center yourself. So start with your senses. That's always the easiest way to bring yourself into present-minded focus, is to see what information your body is taking in from the world around you in that exact moment. And you can do that 1,000 times every day. It's a really great way to snap yourself out of being in the past or the future. So start with what you see. Whether your eyes are open or shut doesn't matter. Notice lights and colors. Notice shapes and shadows. Notice where the doors and the windows are in relation to your body. And notice any other people or objects in relation to your body. Notice all the noises in the space. Maybe notice what's furthest away from you outside. And then notice noises inside the space, like a heater or clocks ticking. And then notice your own personal bubble of space. There might be a noise there, there might not. See if you can really embody your skin, sense where air touches your skin versus where clothing is covering your skin right now. You might notice pressure or temperatures or textures there. Notice the weight of your body in your seat again. See if you can more actively push down into your feet and your thighs and your buttocks, whatever's touching down, without tucking your tail. Reach your tail and buttocks down into the ground more. And then also reach up higher through the crown of your head. So create more length, starting at the center of your body, moving both up and down. Yeah. And notice your breath. Don't change it yet. Just be aware. What does it feel like to just sit here and breathe? And especially for the female bodies in the room, we're kind of conditioned over time to like, oh, suck it in when we're in public, right? But I really encourage you to soften through the belly, allow yourself to take up space. Let your breath come down low into the body. Let the breath be deeper, just 1% more. Notice where you feel your breath the most today. It might be different. There might be some special circumstance today that's making you feel a certain way. That's okay. There's nothing to change or fix. Just be aware. And notice any noises or sensations associated with your breathing. For example, I just gave myself a chiropractic adjustment just by breathing. My spine is clicking. So you might notice things like that in your body. That's okay. It's normal. In and out of the nose is preferred. But if it's not accessible to you or you're stuffy, blow out of your mouth like you're blowing out of a straw or like blowing out a candle. See if you can sense your breath, not just in the front half of your body, but also the back half of your body, also the sides of your body. You breathe in a 360-degree way. One or two more rounds like that, just slower, deeper breath and noticing. And finish the round that you're on. And then return to your more natural, soft, passive breath. It might feel different than it did when we started class. That's normal. And be aware of anything left over. That's called shesha, Sesa in Sanskrit. It translates to echo or the remaining thing. Notice what is still there. Good. And then open your eyes if they were shut. You might take in the room around you again. It's okay if it looks or feels a little different in here. That's normal. So what we just did was called pranayama, also known as like breath control work. And your breath can be used as a meditation tool, like something to focus on. So according to all the ancient scriptures and texts about yoga, you just did yoga. Everything else now is going to be optional, and it's just decoration for the breath to make you more comfortable to do exactly what we just did more and more often in a more comfortable way. Cool. Okay. So if you're going to move with me, scoot forward towards the edge of your seat and firmly plant your feet on the ground. Still keep looking for that tall feeling. You might bring a little more effort into that now. So push down into the soles of the feet. That's pada bandha, foot binding to the floor. Act like they're suction cup to the floor. So push into the big toes, little toes, and the heels. And then see if you can create an arch in your foot, even if you don't have one. It's okay if they got flatter. Good. And then really grab the muscles onto your legs, squeeze your buttocks, pull your pelvis organs in and up. Good. That's called mula bandha, root binding. Pull in and up on the belly organs slightly where the diaphragm-ish is. That's called uddiyana bandha. And then also tuck the chin down and back and see if you can constrict the breath with your throat, with the glottis, just by creating like an ocean sound or like you're fogging a mirror. Don't effort a lot. Whispering does make you hoarse because you're working that muscle. But see if you can breathe in and out with a little bit of effort and intention, just barely audible. Like your neighbor shouldn't hear it, just you. Maybe you just sense or feel it in your breath. And that's called Jalandhara Bandha, the lid to the container. Good. And then also push down into your hands, hands, Hasta Bandha. So see if you can engage with your whole body, your whole container, your whole vessel, and notice what that feels like to just stay here and breathe. Good. Next time you breathe in, keep pushing into your hands and your feet. Inhale, pull the belly forward, chest forward. Your eyebrows and eyeballs might lift. You might lift your nose and your chin, but don't crunch the back of your neck. And then exhale, round your shoulders more than you tuck your tail. Really pull in hard, like the belly button wants to touch the spine, and look down at your lap. Back and forth now. Inhaling, belly and chest forward, gaze forward and up. Try not to get to the top till your lungs are full of air. And then exhale, round your spine like a black cat on Halloween. Super, super rounded through the shoulders. Chin is tucked, belly in. Back and forth at your own pace. See if you can sync up your movement with your breath. So don't get to the top of your cow pose where your belly and chest are forward until your lungs are so full you can't get any more air in there. You even might take a sip at the top. There might be more room. And then don't get to the bottom of your cat pose, that rounded shape, until your lungs are super empty. Maybe at the bottom, you go, you push the rest out. Softer face, unclench your jaw, smooth out your eyebrows. Just focus on undulating the spine and breathing. Let distractions be what they are, where they are, whether it's a noise or a thought or a sensation somewhere else in the body. And then bring your attention back over and over and over. When you finish the round that you're on, bring yourself back to a neutral spine with your head stacked on top of the spine and the shoulders stacked on top of the hips. Pressing down into the feet, Pada Bandha, pressing down into the hands, Hasta Bandha. In and up on the belly organs, in and up on the pelvis, slight tuck of the chin at the top of the throat. Notice what's left over. Good. And then hands down to your sides, just kind of like reaching up out of your shoulder sockets. And take a moment to feel where you think your arms attached to your body. I'm not trying to trick you, I promise. Just see if you can notice where you feel the musculature holding the arms. And then consider that the arms are really only attached to the rest of the skeleton at the clavicle, not at the shoulder socket at all. That's all muscle. So see if you can reach out of the hands as if they are coming out of the center of the chest. That might mean you lift them up and turn them in a certain way. See if you can kind of position yourself and find something where you feel like, oh, I'm noticing my chest also, not just the shoulder girdle. Good. Next time you breathe in, lift your arms either out to the side or up over the shoulder height. If they lift up over the shoulder height, then also lift the shoulders up towards your ears like you're trying to touch your earlobes. Stay. Some bodies bring the palms together. Some bodies interlace the fingers. Some bodies hook the thumbs. Find what makes it like not so much effort where you can hang out for a moment or two and keep breathing. Really reach out of the center of the chest. Make as much room as you can between the shoulders and the hips, whether your arms are overhead or over to the sides. Inhale as much length as you can through the spine one more time. Exhale, hands come all the way back down. Let's do that again. This time faster. So inhale to reach up. Don't get to the top till your lungs are full again. And then exhale, come all the way back down. Don't get to the bottom till your lungs are empty. 2 more like that. Just following your breath. This is called dynamic breathing. Next time your hands come down, keep them down and pay attention. And notice only the right arm this time. Inhale, lift your right arm. Exhale, lean over a little bit towards the left. So you can reach your fingertips down. Some bodies like to take the left fingertips across the lap and hold on to the right knee or the pants. That way you don't feel like you're falling. But keep both hips glued down into the seat. Really create as much length as you can between the hip and the shoulder on the right side of the body. You could look forward or down. I probably don't recommend looking up unless your neck has absolutely nothing to say about that. Chin still down and back, face is still soft. Keep breathing. And then push down into your feet, Pada Bandha. Inhale, come all the way back up. And exhale, hands come down. Other side. Inhale, left arm reaches out or up. Exhale, lean over a little or a lot. Keep the hips glued down. See if you can open the chest to the front of the room more. Create as much roundness and space as you can between the hip and the shoulder on that side. And remember, you could always take the hands out of the equation. You could put your hand behind your back. You're still getting the benefit of that shape. The arms and legs are decoration for the breath here. We're really targeting creating space in the breathing body. It's not a cage, it's a basket. Or as I heard recently, your breathing cathedral. Isn't that nice? Okay, push down into the feet, in and up on the belly organs. Then inhale, come all the way back to the center. And exhale, let your arms come down. It's okay if you want to roll the shoulders out, take a breath, fill yourself up kind of like a glass of water, fill it up bottom to top, and then exhale top to bottom. Take a moment to notice any shesha, what's left over. Maybe that's nothing. That's okay too. Just be aware of that. Good. Okay. Inhale, arms come out to the sides. Exhale, twist to the right. So keep the arms, like we mentioned earlier, coming out of the center of the chest. So look at both hands. See if they're where you thought they would be. And if you feel like you might be reaching your arm back just to twist further, let's do a little test. Take your fingertips to your heart and then open your arms straight out to the sides like wings and see if they're where you had them just a moment ago. For me, that never is the case. I always was reaching. Take another breath. Inhale for length. Exhale to twist, just using the belly organs to squeeze. Good. And then inhale all the way back to the center. And exhale, let the arms come down. Take a breath in neutral, especially if you have like low back pain or some sort of spinal injury or tightness or pain. Always a good idea to hang out in neutral before you do something kind of intense on either side. Just something to think about. Let's do the other side though. Always going for a balanced practice. So inhale, arms to the side. Exhale, twist to the opposite direction. Let your hips come with you. You don't have to keep them pointed perfectly straight. Arms can come down if you want to rest, or you can put your fingers at your heart, open your wings again, see if your arms end up in a different place than you thought. Keep pushing down into the floor with your feet, Pada Bandha. Mula Bandha, lift in and up on the pelvis. Uddiyana Bandha, lift in and up on the belly organs. Jalandhara Bandha, chin down and back. Keep breathing. Good. When you're ready, inhale all the way back to the center. Reach, reach, reach. And then exhale. Let the arms come down. Shoulder rolls okay here, or stillness, whatever you wish. Take a breath. Notice any shesha. Fill yourself up bottom to top and top to bottom. Good. Let's play with Hasta Bandha, hand binding a little bit more here. So take your fingertips and the palms together and give yourself a little press here. Notice where you feel it the most in your body. For me, it's like kind of where the pecs are attaching to my shoulders and a little bit towards the center of my pecs. Good. And then see what happens when you push more just into the right hand, more into just the left hand, and then even pressure throughout. Soft face, soft jaw, soft eyebrows. Now reach the elbows out apart from each other and really push. Notice now where you're feeling it. For me, it transferred into my back. Good. Chin down and back. Also push into the feet, in and up on the belly and the pelvis, chin down and back. Notice the difference. Good. Keep the hands together and bring the elbows close together. In some bodies, they touch, in some not so much. And now squeeze all the way from the fingertips towards the elbows. Soft face. Shaking in heat is normal. It's happening in me too. Inhale, lift the whole complex of the arms, still squeezing them together. Maybe your eyes follow your fingertips. And exhale back down. Maybe you tuck your elbows down towards your belly. 2 more like that. Inhaling to lift and exhaling to lower. Follow your own cadence. Still squeezing in. Notice if you've let go of pushing into your feet already. I did. Push again. And then inhale yourself all the way back to the center. Open your arms wide. Maybe you even push through the palms and pull the fingertips back. It's okay if you get a nervy feeling down the forearms. And bend your elbows, rest your arms on your legs or on the arms of your chair, soften your face, pick something ahead of you where you can stare, and notice anything left over. Anyone else sweaty? Okay, let's cool down a little bit. Take your right ankle on top of your left ankle and give it a little push with the right hand just on the inside of the fleshy part of the thigh. Good. With or without your hand, bring your knee back to center and then take the right knee more to the right, or the right foot, excuse me, more to the right. So take a step, come onto the ball of your foot, and then turn the knee in. So we just did external rotation. This is internal rotation. We're doing the opposite. Notice where you feel it the most. This one can be a doozy. So do not push. If you really want more sensation, if you're a sensation seeker, that's okay. Ask yourself why you want more. And then if you still want more, you can squeeze. That's called your IT band. She's temperamental. And then inhale, bring your knee back to stack on top of the ankle and then both legs together. Other side, left ankle on top of the right ankle. Don't slip off your chair, Alex. And then a little bit of pressure to the inside of the thigh. If you want more sensation here, you always have the option to like lean forward, bring the torso closer to the leg. Soft face. Breath should be coming back to normal now. And then come back to knee stacked on top of the ankle and step the left foot more to the left so you can come onto the ball of the foot and rotate the knee inward. It could be a little or a lot. If it's creating such a crazy sensation that you can't relax your face and breathe really soft and easy and just look like you don't care, you went too far. Good. And then inhale the knee back on top. Exhale, legs come back together. Arms coming down out of your shoulders. Inhale one more time, reach them way up. See if you can touch the sky. And then exhale, fold forward. So I like to, especially when I have pants at work and like a belt, I sort of feel like my belly gets smushed and it gets in my way. So two options. You can karate chop your belly. So you take your pinky edges and like push into the belly where you're going to fold, and then go ahead and fold over, and it kind of helps you move your flesh out of the way and fold the way you want. Fat is super, it's soft. It'll smush how you tell it. So just smush it how you want it. And then you fold forward. Now, if you get migraines or headaches, I don't recommend letting the head come below the heart. I recommend elbows on your knees, and you can cradle the weight of your head in your hands. If you hate this, or if you just want something different, knees could come way wider. And then same option, you fold forward. Now I have way more space in front of me, especially if you're pregnant or you just ate or you just have flesh there like me. This could be a lot more comfortable. And then elbows on knees, you can cradle your head, or you could let your arms and your head really dangle and get super heavy here and hang. If your head is hanging, imagine it's like a bowling ball on a string. It's so heavy. Shake your head yes a little bit. Yeah. Shake your head no a little bit. Do that again, but use even less effort. Shake your head yes a little bit. Shake your head no a little bit. Perfect. And then roll yourself up to a tall spine. That means the middle back stacks on top of the lower, and then the upper back stacks on top, and then the shoulders, and then the head comes up absolutely last. Roll, unfurl like a fern. Good. Close your legs if they were open. Scoot yourself all the way back into your seat so you feel fully supported. Legs can be your choice. I need something under my feet. I'm just not tall enough. And then gaze goes forward and slightly down. Tuck your chin down and back. Rest your arms. And now release all of the binds. Release all of the bandhas. So scan your body quickly. Relax the bottoms of your feet. Don't push anymore. Soften all the muscles up and down your legs. Don't push into the seat anymore. Let the seat hold you. Relax the pelvis muscles. Relax the belly organs. Relax the throat. No more constricting of the breath. No more control of the breath. And soften the palms of the hands. See if you can also consciously relax the muscles in the sides of your neck and the tops of your shoulders. Smooth out your forehead and your eyebrows. Unclench your jaw. You might swallow, let your tongue come off the roof of your mouth and bathe it in saliva in the bottom part of your mouth. And you can either stare at something ahead of you or you could close your eyes halfway or all the way. And you always have the option to change your mind. Good. This is the integration part of class. It's the most important class. It's just to do nothing and to allow your body to remember everything you just did, send signals where it needs to send them so that you remember, so that you can repair, you can rest. For some people, this is the hardest part of class, is just being still and quiet. So notice anything that comes up for you. I'm going to offer 1 minute of silence, and I'll tell you when it's over. Starting now. Good. Notice where your mind went. And then bring your mind back into your body in the room. Notice your body touching your seat again. Notice your breath again without changing it. You can gently start to wiggle your fingers and your toes to let your body wake back up. That might turn into something bigger. Maybe you want to kind of roll your wrists and your ankles or stretch your arms out or whatever. If the instinct is to do nothing, do nothing. But if there's some kind of movement or stretch you really want, now's a good time to do that. It's called your body talking to you. And then come to stillness with a tall spine again. This is how we always end class. I'll invite you to bring your hands together in a prayer-like position with your thumbs touching the center of your chest. That's called Anjali Mudra, which refers to like the infinite unfolding of a lotus bud and your potential. But if that's not comfortable, and I totally understand, you could put your hands on your heart and stack them. Some people like some other gesture. It's whatever you're most comfortable with. And look down or bow down towards your heart and your hands. And this motion is in gratitude of yourself. So as best you can, give yourself a sincere thank you just for carving out the time and showing up. We all know that's 90% of the work. Everything else was just practice. And remember, you have a body, but you're not just your body. You have a mind, but you're not just your thoughts. And you have emotions, but you're not just your feelings. When you're ready, your hands can come down, eyes can flutter open and up. And class is over. Thank you all for coming. I'll stop the recording. If you have any questions or concerns, don't ever hesitate to let me know, or you can email me later, and I'd love to meet you too in just a moment. Great.